Well, good evening from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm about to travel to Reno, Nevada via rail on Amtrak. Now, right now, I am located, right here, this is the original Union Pacific Railroad station built way back in the day when the rails first came through Salt Lake City. And they still have the original, if you can see that, the original paintings. It's so, my gosh, this place is just wonderful. They've recently remodeled it to be a huge hotel, and it has lots of restaurants right in the train station. So anyway, this trip I'm taking to Reno, it takes about 10 or 12 hours via Amtrak to get to Reno, and it's very inexpensive. So to travel to Reno, spend one night in a Caesars Entertainment hotel, the same Caesars Entertainment in Las Vegas, and the trip back, the total cost for the whole trip is $120. That's hotel and rail service both ways. So it's like a 2 or 3 day trip that's just too inexpensive to pass up. Anyway, so more about this station here, the Union Pacific station here. So there has been a plan developed called the Rio Grande Plan, which will combine all rail services right through this station, right around it. They're going to make it a very user-friendly for people to come to the station, very easy access to downtown. And they've got Amtrak, they've got freight, the track service, which is for local stuff, and they have front runner service, which they're going to expand that under the same plan to have statewide rail service for the entire state. They already have it now for the central part. They're going to expand it to places like Moab, Cedar City, St. George. It's already up to Ogden, but even north up to Logan. So a lot of good things happening here. So anyway, I'll keep you posted, and we'll see you in the next one when I take off to Reno, Nevada. I am outside my apartment late in the evening, and the Amtrak train that leaves going west to California departs around midnight. So it's late, but I'll still be a little bit early. I'm taking the bus that takes me right to the Amtrak depot, and so we'll just take it from there. I have made it to the Amtrak depot, I guess you can call it. The only thing Amtrak has, where the guy is standing over there, is a little tiny building. Let me zoom him in here so you can see it. That's it, and it's closed right now. And all that's in there is just a little Amtrak office and a bathroom. I think they might even have a vending machine, but that's about it. And to get here, so this right here, these two tracks right here is where Amtrak comes in and goes, the California Zephyr. And for people to board the train, they have to go over to the depot over there, check in, walk across all these tracks. So over there, that's the front runner service. Those two tracks right there, 1 and 2, those are for statewide Utah train service, the front runner service. And over there in the distance, let me zoom in so you can see it over there, that's where the track service is for local service through downtown Salt Lake City and the surrounding cities. And off in the distance over there, it's kind of hard to see through all the stuff there, but that's where the Greyhound and all the bus services, that's at least one of the stations. So where I was yesterday, over at the Union Pacific Railroad station, the original one that was here when the rails first came through, that's several blocks over that way. And with this new Rio Grande plan, what they're going to do is combine all this into that one station. So for Amtrak, and there's no shelter out here. If it's raining or snowing, you have to kind of like suffer in the elements. So that one Union Pacific station over there is going to combine all this, so it's a user-friendly experience to downtown restaurants. It's all weatherproof. You can just walk to your train for waiting areas and things like that. And it's less dangerous than walking over all these tracks to board trains. It's just how it should be. Denver has a station similar to that, as does some of the other surrounding major cities. So that's where we're going with this. And the train should be here in about 2 hours or so. So we'll check in again then. I should also mention too, here, this is the other side. This is looking past the tracks going the other way. There's also freight service through here. So past those concrete blocks over there, past where the Amtrak tracks are, all those tracks on the other side are all freight service. So by combining everything into one station, they're freeing up all this land all through here. And I forget the number of how many acres it is, but it's a huge amount of acreage. And the economic impact of the city is going to be tremendous for reuse and redevelopment of that land for residential, parks, businesses, stuff like that, retail, shopping, dining, and entertainment. So yeah, it's going to be it's going to be awesome when it's done. So currently this is what you get for Amtrak facilities. I'm inside the building now, which isn't open 24/7. It's just kind of open around the times that the trains come through here. So all there is really is just a waiting room. There's an employee area over there. I don't even think there's a vending machine. I look around. There's a restroom, that's about it. So a far cry from the Union Pacific station just over there a few blocks. They even built a brand new luxury hotel attached to it, the Asher Adams. 225 rooms and 35 suites. It's super nice. Anyway, next check-in will be on the train. So I just got on the train and picked out the seat that I wanted. And we're now on our way to Reno. And so this is the viewing car right here. If you look around here, there's windows up top. And there's a lot of seating and single chairs and double chairs. During the day they have snacks downstairs where you can buy sodas and chips and candy bars and things like that. But other than that, it's just a nice kind of calm trip to Reno. It's about 10-12 hours depending. Sometimes the train has to stop for other traffic on the line. But other than that, it's pretty fun. There's so much, the scenery out this way is beautiful in between Utah and into California actually. So I'm going to enjoy this trip and I will check in at the hotel. So we just went through the mountains. There wasn't a whole lot to see out the window, but now you can see that we're coming into Wells, Nevada. So I think we stop here. This will be for me a few minutes. And see what we got. So this is the huge metropolis of Elko, Nevada. So there's not much here. The stop is so quick, it's practically a drive-by. But yeah, so it gives you a chance just to get out, stretch your legs, and breathe some air before you hop back on the train. All right, on to the next. So this is what the observation car looks like, kind of front to back. I'm sitting toward the rear. I've had it to myself most of the night, which is nice. Not a whole lot to do other than just wait for the sunrise so I can actually see out the windows. But it's very comfortable. It's got the ventilation fans are always going, so that nice hum of the fans is very soothing. And that's pretty much it. About, I don't know, 4 more hours before we roll into Reno. dining cars that next to them down. There's a stairwell going down there to the floor below where they sell snacks and stuff, but they only do that during the daytime. I brought my own snacks in my bag, so I'm staying alive on cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal squares and Coke Zeros. But keeps you alive. All right. I'm about to eat at Churrasco Steakhouse in downtown Reno, Nevada. Now, Brazilian steakhouses are some of the most delicious restaurants if you've ever been to one. They're so delicious. You have a buffet, and on the buffet you'll have like, all sorts of stuff. Fruits and vegetables, and all sorts of cheeses, fancy cheeses, and just mashed potato to die for, and little bread things that are just, they're so good. So, and anyway, so what I do is I'll just take I'll go in there, I'll get my drink and stuff, and I get like a plate of mashed potatoes and a bunch of cheeses and tomatoes. And so what they'll do is waiters will bring out loads upon loads of filet mignon and ribeye and all this stuff. They'll cut off little pieces for you to eat, so you don't have to order like one steak. You'll get you can sample all sorts of different meats, and they're so delicious. So what I'll do is I'll kind of like mix, cheese and tomatoes and everything, to enhance the flavor of the steak. So funny story. I was over when I was married some years ago. My wife and I went to Fogo de Chao, and it was in Southern California. Irvine, California, I think it was. Yeah, it was in Irvine. And it's a nice area. And so we sat down, and now it's a Brazilian steakhouse. Okay, this thing is a meat eatery. Okay, that's the definition of the restaurant. So we sat down, and for literally, I didn't count, but it was a half hour. Nobody brought out any meats whatsoever. So I had to say, I spoke up. I said, "What is this, a vegetarian restaurant?" Well, after I said that, the meat just started pouring out. So sometimes you have to say a few key words and tricky phrases to get the blessings coming out. So anyway, they open up here shortly, and I'm going to go in and enjoy, and we'll see how it goes. So I got into the steakhouse, and this place is beyond good. Seriously, the taste-wise, it's beyond Fogo de Chao. I'll show you what I got so far, and I just started. The bread here, fresh bread, these little pieces. Gosh, I know you shouldn't fill up on bread, but it's just so good. Brought up mashed potatoes, and just started with. And this is what they do. They bring out steak to let's see, here's filet here. I'm gonna skip on that one. Thank you. So, this place. Look how spectacular the dining room is. This place is nice. So, whenever you're in Reno, Nevada, stop by the Churrasco Brazilian Steakhouse. All right. So this is downtown Reno at night. Here's this, looking back, that's where I just walked from. I just got back from the steakhouse. And this river, it's cold right now, but in the summertime, it's fun they have places down the river this way where you can, I go in the river, I just roll up my pant legs and kind of splash around. So my hotel is over there where that green building is. And this is looking up the river. And there's all sorts of cafes and bars and things to do up that way, all along the riverfront. It's kind of a happening place in the summertime. So I've continued walking past that bridge and come up this way, and here you can see the Reno downtown sign. Reno, the biggest little city in the world. And here's where they recessed the rail lines, the Amtrak lines, and both Amtrak and the freight lines. So down that way is Salt Lake City, Denver, Chicago. Down this way, recessed underground, it goes to San Francisco. There's the El Dorado. Almost like a mini Vegas, you know? And up there is more casinos and stuff, bars and things.
Hello, my name's Pip, and I'm here on vacation from England. I'm from a suburb of London called Crockers, just west side of London. Okay, but I tell you what, it is so hard to find genuine British fish and chips in America. But I tell you what, they've got jolly good best fish and chips here. Gordon Ramsay, a genuine British fellow. Gordon Ramsay opened up this restaurant. He has few in Las Vegas, and he even has one here in Reno. So I could not help but get a taste of home. So I got myself some genuine Gordon Ramsay pudding pops, and it comes with cream, this and this. All right, and you know, you can't stop at a British pub and not have a sticky toffee pudding shake. So I'm going to enjoy some fine British cuisine. I'll say hello to my wife, Catherine, in London. Catherine, Tootsie dear, how are you doing? Things are lovely here in America. So, cheers. Just like our mom used to make it. And, let's take a bite of this. Oh my God, that's better than tea time. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is just so sticky toffee pudding and delicious. And once you mix it with the cream cheese, oh my God, oh my God. Any of my fellow British citizens come over here to America, when you come to Reno, do check out. It's nice here. Tally ho.